Hi guys, it's Dana from the Tao of Dana, and today I want to talk about something really fun and that's very important. It's changed my life in so many ways, especially recently when I was working really hard and things were going great, but it felt like I was working really, really hard. And I knew it wasn't going to be sustainable. And so I got really off track. I got super overwhelmed. I didn't know what to do. And so I went to see some people who helped me. And I have a lot of people who help me. And I went to see a clearing expert named Althea Montgomery. And she sat me down and she was like, "You've got to be more like a child." And I was like, "I say that to people all the time. Why can't I do it?" We all have our blind spots. So if you already believe this, we need to be more like children. We need to think more like kids. We need to be more like we were as kids and color out of the lines and all these things. I've been really lucky to be working with Dr. Murad, who is amazing. He's a famous dermatologist and his company is incredible. And his whole philosophy is about being more like a child, getting rid of cultural stress, connecting more to life in a real way as part of a beauty philosophy. And I really connected to that. And I heard what Althea told me and I was like, "You don't understand. I have things I have to do. You don't get it. I have to do these things. You don't understand. There's too much. I have no time. I have this. I have that. I have this." And she was like, "Yeah, I get it. Be more like a child. If you don't relax, nothing's going to happen." And so I really started working on that in my life, and not working on it, just doing it. It's the fun thing about being more like a child is that you don't really need to work on it. You just do it. You just let yourself, you allow yourself to be you. It's so funny how we grow up and then all of a sudden, all of the things that made life awesome, suddenly we're told by people who are embittered adults that we cannot do them anymore, that they will lead us down these dark paths, and that we have to be serious and we have to do these things and we should and we must. And granted, there are things that we should probably do and there are things that we have to do, but most of the time, all of the dreamy, wonderful, imaginative, playful, magical things that we want to do get sort of taken away by a lot of criticism, by a lot of doubt, by a lot of fear, by a lot of stuff. And then all of a sudden, we start becoming those people telling other people, "You really should do that. You really should stop wasting your time with that. You really should focus." And why? When I stopped acting like a stressed, overwhelmed adult in certain ways and started acting like me when I was a kid, life opened up. Things really became easier. I spend more time with my dogs. I have more time to play. I have more time to have fun. I'm starting to think of ways to do everything easier, and every single thing I'm doing is going so much better. Plus, I'm painting again, doing all sorts of classes I haven't done in ages. So what did you do when you were a kid that really lit you up? What did you do when you were a kid that you dreamed about doing? What are those things that you had so much fun doing, whether it was playing or playing with dolls or doing crafts or whatever it is, playing sports? What did you do? And how can you do more of it now if you're not already? This, I promise you, will change the energy of your whole life. How does it relate to Feng Shui? In every way it relates to Feng Shui, because when you start acting more like you did as a kid, when you start playing, when you start connecting, you start realizing all of these things in your environment that don't belong. They don't look like you. There are things that you thought you should have. There are things you thought you needed. There are things you thought you had to do. You don't need to have a sofa. You could totally sit on pillows on the floor, and that's totally cool. And that might be the best Feng Shui in the world for you. That might be the thing that makes your whole world open up. You might want a fort in your house, a pillow fort and blankets and all kinds of stuff. Yes, that could be your absolute best Feng Shui ever. I'm telling you, this is the stuff that lights us up, and we shouldn't stop doing it just because we're grown up. It's the most backwards thinking stuff. Now, I thought I did so much of this and I realized I had my own blind spots. So for you, think about your life right now, and you might want to ask yourself, what seems really, really hard? What am I forcing myself to do? Why am I forcing myself to do it? What could be easier? What should be easier? What should be more fun? What should be more fulfilling? What would my life look like and feel like if I was doing the things that I wanted to do? All these things are not that hard. It's really fun to play. It's really fun to get people together and play touch football or do some sort of sports or go to dance classes. It's really, really fun to have people over and paint or to do all kinds of crafts that maybe you haven't done in ages. All of these things connect you to life. And when you make that connection, that's where the magic happens. I can't tell you how to do it. You know how to do it because you know for you what lights you up. And if you allow yourself to do those things, your life will naturally become more stressful. They won't become less stressful because you had to do a programmed list of things that you read that are the things that de-stress you. I often have people join my Catalyst camp to declutter their lives, and I've had more than 5 people recently say to me, almost embarrassed, I really don't like burning sage, but I make myself burn it. And I just say, why? Don't make yourself do that. If you make yourself do something because you think it's good for you and it feels bad and you don't like it, it's not going to help you. It's just not going to work. Same with forcing yourself to go to the gym. Same with forcing yourself to do half the things that we force ourselves to do. So how can you be more like a kid? How can you infuse your life with more of the stuff that made you super happy as a kid? How can you have that kind of magic back? What can you do, you personally, right now? And if you start doing it, even these little things, and then more, and then more, and then more, you'll see your environment start to evolve. You'll see things start to change. And if you just feel way too stressed and way too overwhelmed, check your home and see how much clutter you have. It is a big deal. Clutter can really stand in the way of all that childlike, awesome, catalyzed nature of ours that just does and plays and makes naturally. So start clearing your clutter and you will find things get a lot easier. Right now, if you're watching this kind of in a timely manner, for a few more days, the free video series is up for the Catalyst Camp, so you can go through the Feng Shui ways that I declutter stuff, and it'll help you to start clearing space in all sorts of ways. Only do the parts that are fun for you. Only do the parts that are fun for you of anything you read or see or do. Don't force yourself to do things that you don't like to do. And more than anything, really allow yourself to play and do all those things that you dreamed about doing when you were a kid. And chances are, everything will get lighter and easier. It's the hardest thing to start doing when you feel super overwhelmed, but it is the best thing ever. I'm saying this from very personal experience, and I'm saying this from watching so many people do it. So have fun with this. I hope it lightens your life, makes things more fun, sets you on a right track for you. If you have questions, comments, leave them below. If you need ideas or want to brainstorm or anything else, leave it below, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.